Hey everybody, it is your girl Tasha Renee, and I would like to welcome you back to my 30 days of Juneteenth celebration. That's right, I chose to honor Juneteenth this year by giving you 30 days of Black excellence in Black history. And as you previously heard, we are on day 8. If you've missed days 1 through 7, it's alright. Don't freak out. Just go ahead and hop on over to my YouTube page, Tasha Renee ENT. Get yourself caught up and look at some other content that I have up there. You know? Because I be doing stuff. Anyway, before we get into our day 8 segment, let's go ahead and get into our disclaimers. These videos are not full-blown presentations, so I'm not doing every moment from the life to the death, okay? I just like to dig up tidbits of information, provide it to you, and hopefully inspire you to read, do some research yourself, and change the way you look at people or events in history. All right? Now, with that being said, we are on week 1, which is our familiar week. And this week, we're just taking some of the most well-known names, doing a little bit more digging, and sharing some more information you may or may not know. And so today, we are dedicating this video to Miss Sojourner Truth. I think doing a video for her is important because when I was in school, I don't remember learning much about her, but her name was always in the mix. So when I was growing up, the main 5 people we learned about were Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, and Sojourner Truth. But with Sojourner Truth, I always kind of felt like they put her in the mix with Harriet Tubman. Like we never had like a separate day to learn about who she was, which is why this video is important to me. So Miss Sojourner Truth, she was definitely in support of abolition, temperance, women's, and civil rights. Okay, now around 1827, 1828, she was still a slave, and she was a mother of 2. She had a 5-year-old son named Peter, and she had an infant daughter named Sophia. Well, in this year, 1827, 1828, she decided to take her baby girl Sophia and escape to freedom. She went to an abolitionist house. Now, the abolitionists, they're the good people. They would try to protect the slaves and help them and get them to freedom. So these abolitionists that she ran to, they were called the Wagners, and they actually paid $20 for Sojourner Truth for her freedom. Okay, so after she was free, they heard about her 5-year-old son Peter, who was illegally sold into slavery. So they helped Sojourner Truth put a case together to sue, and she won. And she was the first woman to win a case like this. She sued the white man that sold her baby into slavery, and the judge was like, you know what? Y'all got to give him back because you was wrong, right? And I believe this victory here just fueled her fire and her passion even more. She started hanging around prominent men like William Lloyd Garrison as well as Frederick Douglass, and she would watch these men speak and she would listen to their work, and she was inspired and she started doing her own speeches. Now in 1850, she teamed up with a man by the name of Olive Gilbert, and they both collaborated together and published her autobiography. It was this autobiography that gave her even more recognition than what she had before, and it was enough for her to, provide for her family at the time. So by the time 1851 rolled around, she delivered her infamous Ain't I a Woman speech, and it became iconic. Now, just like Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth had her own contributions to the Civil War, as well as on the same side with the Union Army. Now, Sojourner Truth's contribution is that she had convinced Black men to fight in the Civil War for the Union Army, and she would provide them with everything they needed. After the Civil War was over, her contributions were recognized and she was invited to the White House, where she was a part of a group called the Freedmen's Bureau. This bureau was responsible for helping freed slaves get jobs and help them start a new life. Okay. Fast forward a little bit more, in the 1860s, she actually developed a petition that was to help former slaves get land. And this petition had thousands of signatures. It had massive support. She took it to Congress, and nothing was ever done about it. The most beautiful thing about her story, though, is that she accomplished all of this and she never learned how to read or write. No. So, in all this greatness that she accomplished, she never knew how to read or write. That right there is amazing. So if you ever feel like you're underqualified or you can't do it because you feel like you don't have a certain skill, you might want to think about Sojourner Truth, because she didn't let that stop her from accomplishing amazing things, okay? I'd like to thank you guys so much for joining me on my Day 8 segment. If you are in North Carolina on the East Coast in the path of the hurricane, we are now in a state of emergency. So please, please, please use this time to prepare. Get your stuff right now, okay? Because we don't know what this hurricane is going to do. So make sure you get that as soon as possible. Other than that, you already know the drill. I want you to be safe, take care of yourself and each other. If you need a self-care day, take it. And again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on day 9. So until then, peace.